So, how much would you pay for a second character in your favourite game? It's a question that's causing no end to the amount of upset amongst EVE's player base. The problem, of course, is once again caused by CCP, this time messing with the pricing structure of certain transactions. In this case, the studio has revitalised multiple character training. Looking at the results though, it doesn't seem so much revitalised as it does enfeebled. The problem is highlighted perfectly by these two screenshots. On the left, you can see multiple character training certificates. On the right, you can see a monthly subscription. Now, a monthly subscription gives you access to 3 separate characters on a single account. However, only one of these characters can be trained at any one time. The frustration players are having with this is very straightforward. You can see here a monthly subscription is £15.99, and if you subscribe for multiple months up front, you get a discount. So subscribe for 24 months in one go and you'll be paying £215 or £8.96 a month equivalent. So here's the thing, what's the best way to play multiple characters on EVE Online? Well, one way of doing it, as many people have, is to have multiple subscriptions. This gives you access to 2 accounts along with all the perks that goes with it. Alternatively, you can choose to spend way too much money and purchase multiple character training certificates. Now, as you can see, these start at exactly the same price as a regular account subscription, £15.99. Now that's a pretty poor comparison. At 24 months, the comparison's even worse, £299. That's £85 more expensive than a 24-month subscription. So, what benefits do you get for this extra money? Well, pretty much nothing. What players can do is simultaneously train one additional character on their account. On the other hand, if they opt for a second subscription, they'll be able to train a second character anyway and also simultaneously play that character, also known as multi-boxing. The bottom line, an additional subscription gives you way more options. And this is why so many people are wondering why the high price for MCT certificates. Now, to be perfectly fair here, there are some benefits for multiple character training. Sometimes someone only wants to temporarily train up a character and leave it on their account. This way they can have it there in the background and never have to pay the additional subscription for it. However, in many people's eyes, this still doesn't justify the extremely high cost. Now this, for a lot of people, connects into a broader picture. There's an increasing disconnect between CCP and the player base, often overpricing and monetization. This has come about since CCP were purchased by Pearl Abyss, who in turn, after all, are very well known for their monetization practices. What all of this means for the future of EVE Online is very hard to determine, but the cynical at this point will be well aware that EVE Online is having huge problems with their player numbers. You can see right here, these are from the official numbers from the website EVE Offline, and they show a big player decline over previous years. In fact, you can see from the curve here that it seems EVE Online has already peaked and did so a few years ago. And now it appears that CCP are having trouble maintaining player numbers. And this, once again, comes back to the whole concept of the multiple character training. There's a wild theory out there, and, well, perhaps it's not so wild, but, you never know. It could be that CCP are trying to price players out of the whole multiple character training, and instead forcing them towards multiple subscriptions. Now, on the one hand, this theory could hold some water. After all, extra subscriptions when multi-boxing would appear as extra players, thereby driving the player numbers up. This would be good for CCP's stats. It's also possible that players who start a second subscription will be more likely to keep it. After all, if you stop the second subscription, you lose your Amiga benefits. Of course, all a wild speculation, and I'm really not sure how much water that theory holds. At any rate, what is clear is that EVE Online is in, an awkward place at the moment. The player numbers are not that great, at least compared to a few years ago. And with the monetization practices coming in from Pearl Abyss, it's clear that more changes are on the way. Whether or not the CCP back down or change their mind on the MCT certificate, only time will tell. Meanwhile though, CCP are working towards the future of the game with improved graphics as well as some improved UI changes. These can currently be seen on the Singularity test server. In addition to that, there's some changes coming to mission agents to make things a whole lot easier for newer players. In fact, in the recent development update, CCP put a lot of emphasis on modernising EVE Online. This, they say, is all a part of the process of getting EVE ready for its 3rd decade of existence. And yes, that is a very, very long time indeed, no small feat for an online game. Very briefly, there is another note I want to touch on here. This come out of the recent EVE FanFest. Now, Eve has long been a bit of a meme when it comes to the idea of spreadsheets in space. Well, it turns out that CCP are about to make this official with the ability to export data from EVE Online to the Excel spreadsheet format. Yep, I'm sure many people out there will find that very useful, especially for managing their huge markets. No sarcasm there, genuinely mean it. At any rate, what do you all feel about this? Do let me know in the comments section below. Do you believe that the multiple character training certificates are a good thing? After all, this has been a thing for a very long time in EVE. Even right in the early days, people would subscribe to multiple EVE Online accounts. Or do you perhaps feel that monetization is now going a bit too far, and that things have really changed and the CCP are losing touch? Whatever your feelings are, do let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.